Just want to say before we start, that last session, Dave, I was on the edge of my seat. I mean, you painted a great picture in my head. We finally got a bead on Marquesh and Mr. Spoony. Our party
Yeah.
crewed a ship. Our party crewed a ship. I mean, we were finally getting our ship, Captain Shen's ship, christened the
Hmm.
Spoon Slayer,
Yeah.
a seaworthy ship to hunt down pirates. Oh, what a sight it was. But who cares about pirates? This was Mr. Spoony, the utensil himself. We were so close to the blowhole, Marques's ship. And then hurricane winds tore at our magnificent vessel. And Vey saved our ship's mast, but she was knocked off our broom and lost in the darkness. The rest of us were washed ashore on some strange beach. So this is my recap. The air seems unusual, savage, a feeling like pins and needles against Zero's skin. He can feel it. The stress and anxiety is just a little bit higher. Something's not right. I mean, we faced down dragons, Dave, a fire breathing dragon. Heck, Zero went down, and I was never worried. But now, this world, the air being like it is, the atmosphere, something feels different. Something feels more urgent, like that feeling of being on the edge of my seat. Our things are scattered on this strange beach. We're starving and dying of thirst. And Zero's worried. His magic feels different. But before I can ponder this, our maroon party sees a little girl being chased down by raptors. This is Savage Worlds, 50 Fathoms. And a shout out to Banach. This is for you, bud.
Yeah. But I'm just happy it's not 5e anymore. That's all he's worried about. Hashtag blame Banach. Isn't that what the hashtag is? Yeah, it's so
Yep.
good. Great recap, Zero. And yes, you guys are stranded on this new beach that you've never seen before. Are you on Chalt? Or are you in some strange land that has fell in front of you after this storm chasing the blowhole? Captain Marcus, Mr. Spoony, and First Mate Wilbur. So yes, you guys are dying of thirst. You guys are hungry. You've been probably knocked out for several days as you guys are all lying on the shore, and the waves are kind of rolling over you. Some of you, if you're closer to the shoreline, you see your ship, which you name the Spoon Slayer. It is run aground, probably I would say several hundred yards in front of you. The one of the masts has been broken because you guys have a multi-mast ship, but you guys are all just starting to come to. And as you guys look up, you can hear this little girl screaming, and this little girl is getting louder and louder. This yelling as she's getting closer to you. And you see her being chased by two of these, which would look like something that you had seen back in Chult. So you're thinking maybe you're still in Chult, as these two yellow spined, and they have this yellow crest on their head and yellow tails as they're just zooming in to attack her. And the sun, like I said, the sun is beating down. Your lips are all dried and they're all cracked, and they're hurting, and you guys are just you guys are in bad shape. But as you guys are looking around, you notice one other thing. There's no sign of Crispy Pete, your other hired hands that you guys actually I kind of named them for you guys, but you can actually access your other characters that you have on the party sheet on the last tab on the other tab. But you have another mate named Autumn. You have a mate, Crispy Pete, of course, he's the cook. You've got Tyr. He's another mate that you picked up back in Port 9 Zaru. You picked up a mate called Wee Willie. Well, that's his nickname, Wee Willie. His name is just Willie, but they call him Wee Willie. And then you also have another mate called Wormy. So you don't see any of your other crewmen.
Those names are good.
I think so too. But those your mates that you've hired are nowhere to be seen. And I'm going to give you guys a map right off of the bat.
I have to doctor pay for yep.
What's that?
I have to doctor pay for abandoning ship.
Right? So here's the map, this beautiful map that we have. And, the jungle is probably maybe 100 yards off of the shore. You guys are all on the shore there. And this little girl is running towards you, and her arms are up in the air. And she's being chased by these two velociraptors that are right behind her, basically zeroing down on her. Those velociraptors basically see a running chicken running across the beach, like a rotisserie chicken that's just running across the beach. So, adventurers, what do you do as you see this little girl running towards you? I don't know. What is this little girl yelling?
Just yelling help.
Help? That's it?
Just screaming and saying help. Yep.
All right.
Not a lot of dialogue when you're being chased by raptors.
That's true. So what do you say, adventurers? Everybody is coming to.
I'm just gonna watch and see what happens.
You're going to watch the raptors just tear up this little girl?
Pull up a chair.
Well, hey, at least
I don't know what's going on.
This is gonna be good.
Hey, at least the haters on YouTube will get their wish vey right off of the bat. Your little child is
Right.
going to get killed, right? Oh my goodness! All right, so why don't we go ahead and we'll do initiative. You guys know all about initiative. If I'm sure if you've read about it in Savage Worlds, we go cards. Everything is automatically done in the combat tracker. You guys can open up the INIT at the very top. It is the combat tracker. That is where all of the magic happens here in Savage Worlds. The SW word, they. So let's go ahead and roll. Let's not roll. Let's go ahead and draw some cards. Ooh, look at that. The first yellowback had actually has gotten the initiative. So this little girl is being chased down, and let's see, the yellowback crashes out of the foliage of the jungle and is now streaking across the beach to try to get a hold of her. So let's see, the yellowback has a movement of, what does the movement have of this? I'm trying to find the movement in the combat tracker.
I'm sure it's more than I have.
It could be. Looks like it has a movement, a pace of 8. Ooh, so that's actually eight squares. So this thing is going to actually catch you, little Lily, and this thing is going to try to bite as it does its attack on you. Ooh. It's got a D8. They're not wild cards, so you guys won't see the wild die. Oh my god, oh my god, look at that attack.
Dead in the first round.
Did you guys see those 3 aces right off of the bat? Oh my gosh. So that's a
Does a
hit.
31 hit? I'd say so.
Does a
Does Elvis
31 hit
gonna
your
go?
parry of 5? I think it does. So now we'll roll some damage, which is going to be a D8, a D10, and a D6. Holy cow. So poor little Lily off the bat. Oh my god, you just took 21 damage. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. This is worst case scenario.
No, it's not unbelievable. I got 2 raptors and I don't even get a chance to do anything.
Well,
It's not unbelievable at all.
well, you had an 8, so unfortunately you had the lowest draw of the deck. So why don't you go ahead and on your attack, it was a critical. Well, there's no criticals. They're called raises. So why don't you go ahead and try to soak those? Well, you get to soak those. You got to try to soak those first. So why don't you go ahead and use a Benny and soak as many wounds as you can.
All right.
There should be something that you can. I think you can hit control. I think control and soak on the combat tracker.
Well, there's a soak button.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that soak
Just
button.
hit that, right?
Yep, and it'll do your vigor roll. Everybody else is going, oh my god. Hey, look at that. You soaked 2 wounds. So that's good. That's really good. So you're only at 2 wounds now. You're not at incapacitation. So
I'm playing dead, by the way.
so you're going down, right? You're just
Because I did.
you're stop, dropping, and rolling is what you're doing.
Don't make eye
Right.
contact with the raptor.
Don't make
Faces in the sand.
Oh,
Sand and blood.
that's a good roll, though. I mean, seriously, that was really good. And plus, you got hey, you soaked 2 wounds. That's good. And let's go ahead and we will go next to and plus it had a damage bonus because it was a Joker anyway. So, Omi Barton, what say you as you're picking yourself up off of the beach? I'll say you guys have already picked yourself up, so you guys won't lose any penalty to your movement. So, what say you, Omi Barton?
So that didn't feel good. Hey guys, we got company incoming. As I move up over to here, behind Shen, I believe that is, and I look and see a little girl. There's a little girl there too, guys. Look, that thing, whatever it is attacking her.
Yeah.
As I start pulling a spoon out and waving my hands around. And I'm going to cast blindness in a medium burst template, which in order to get both of the raptors in it.
All right. Let's see the medium burst template. You can just say it's just like 5th edition, where you can do a medium burst template. There you go. You just right click anywhere and do that.
I'll just right click here. Oh, drawing, I see it.
Yep.
Okay.
Like that. And then what is the range of the spell? I guess you're going to strategically place it right in the middle, like right there.
12, I believe. Yep, so I'll place it to hit both of them just like that.
Yeah, you got that's just enough room too. So yeah. So what are you gonna cast?
Blind.
Blind. Very nice. So all right. There's no damage with the spell. Why don't you go ahead and do your magic roll? It's right there. Ooh, you got a D12 for a magic roll? Look at you.
Yeah, I went ahead and spent two skill points to raise it above my smarts of D10.
That's that was expensive, but hey, that's worth it, especially when you have the wild die too. So let's go ahead and cast blind to see how this works out, Omi Barton. Oh, look at that. Very nice. That is a success with a raise. So this power will temporarily blind a target or targets. Those affected must make an agility roll at -2 to affect their gaze. So this will be a contest versus your 10, if I'm not mistaken.
-4 with the raise.
-4 on a raise. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just getting to that. That's really nice. So let's add -4 in there. And you want me to? I think it'll be individual rolls. So let's do the agility roll on the first yellowback. And of course that's a failure. Nice raise. That was really clutch. And the second agility roll, that's also a fail. So yeah. So now they're shaken. So let's shake both of these things, which is a good thing. There you go. It's shaken. I love those little symbols that pop up. That raptor shaken, and they also get a -2 to their parry until their next action. So I believe that there are some plus and minuses in here for effects. Parry -2, I think. Let's see. All right, very good. Can you drop parry on there -2?
Let's see. I'm not seeing it come up as an effect, or is it one that Is it one that I can build, or is it like in the should be in the modifiers?
Yeah, I'm not seeing parry though. I'll have to. We'll just manually do it for now until we find parry. I don't see it in the effects or the modifiers. I figure that would already be in there.
You could just add a +2
Yeah.
to the roll.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. That would just be the easiest thing to do for now. So nice job job with blind. So you're good to go. So you can take movement if you want. Oh, you already did. So you already did move. So you're done.
So I'll pass my turn to Zero.
Yeah. Zero, how about you, bud?
All right.
Nice
I got
job
you
with
on me.
that.
Each square is 1.
Each square is 1, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Bolt. 3 bolts. I can cast up to 3.
Yes, you can.
And where are you at? So I'm going to do 2. 1, 2, 3.
So with your power of bolts,
So my
which
range.
is the range is 12. So you've done your
I
movement.
think I have the range.
Yeah, you definitely have the range. You definitely have the range. So bolt is a standard attack. And additional bolts, you may cast up to 3 bolts by spending a like amount of power points. So it's going to cost you
All right,
3 power points. And you'll have to do, let's see, are they individual rolls or are they all one? I would say they're probably individual.
Probably individual because you're shooting boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
exactly. So yeah, this roll is just like all fully automatic weapons, but without the full auto penalty. All right, so yes, it does say that you roll spellcasting die for each bolt and compares each to the target number separately. Okay, and you also get your wild die. So very good.
All right.
All right, so they're each attack. Oh wow, look at that! You got let's see, that is let's see, it has a toughness of, well, it's a DC 4 anyway, and you got a raise because you got a raise. So why don't you go ahead and roll your damage now on that? And it'll be a 3d6 roll instead of 2d6. So the little plus damage in the bottom left-hand corner beside the modifier, that should be lit up for you now. I think you rolled damage. You need to roll the on your power tab.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so we'll keep that.
Oh,
We'll just
that's
keep
what
that there. Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and roll
All right.
your bolt
All right.
damage, your spell. I'm sorry, your magic roll. So that's still a success.
That's the hit.
So yeah, that was the hit. We'll go ahead and apply that wound. So that first one died. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take him off. No, because of the, let's see, the toughness was a 9. So no, that was a glancing blow. So you're good to go. So now we'll go ahead and do your second bolt and your third. Wow, nice. Jesus. You had a 19. That's a raise. Now you can go ahead and roll your damage, and the additional d6 will be added in. So go ahead and attack that. Hopefully you can get some raises on the damage now. That would be nice. So go
Okay,
ahead.
what do I hit for the damage?
See the plus damage in the very bottom left-hand corner? It should be lit up yellow for you already. It should automatically do that. But just take your bolt damage from your powers tab and just drop it right onto just like normal. And it'll add an additional d6 in there for you because you got the raise. 19. There you go. There's your... Oh, there you go. Look at that. You did 16 damage to it. Its toughness is only 9. So you met that and you went 4 over to give it a wound because you had over a 13. So you just exploded that right off of the map. That yellowback is dead.
All right. Get off
So
that
look at
little
that.
girl.
Look at that blood splatter that it adds.
Nice.
Yeah, that automatic. I
So
wish they would
realistic.
add that. I know. So you got one final bolt there, 010.
All right,
Let's
here
go
we go.
ahead and fire on that last one. Very nice. And you had a raise. You got another raise. So go ahead and roll damage on this velociraptor, on this yellowback. Look at that. You did another 14 to it. You did another wound. You are the hero of the day, Zero.
Hero's a hero.
Because you just took out both of those yellowback, or those yellowbacks or velociraptors, whatever you want to call them. So
Yep, combat is quick.
Yeah, Lily, if the rolls are good, remember this combat last time took forever because you guys were rolling horribly. So there you go.
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 raptors, though, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't there?
Yes, I put out a couple more, but you guys are higher. You know, I shouldn't have done that because you guys were novice then. You guys are like almost experts now. So you
Yeah,
guys
there were like 6 or 7 of us, though, I think.
Yeah. So good job. Zero's the hero. Down to 17 power points out of 20. I like the power points. I like that. And I like how you can kind of throw more points and add more things to spells and stuff. So, Lily, you just saw these 3 bolts. I don't know what type of bolts. With trappings, they could be fire, electricity, whatever you wanted, Zero. You just
I
killed
want
2
electricity.
raptors. So yeah, 3 electrical orbs just came out and killed these 3, these 2 velociraptors behind you. So Lily, you can get up. You are out of combat, guys, already. And good job, Zero.
Wake up, guys. Come on.
Good job.
The first thing I do is sit up and, spit sand out of my face. Well, out of my mouth. Now, do all these characters look the same that I remember them from the previous game? I think Omi changed, right?
Hey, Shen, can I get some help over here a second? You mind getting the squid off my face for me?
Yeah, you see...
You're looking kind of funny, Omi.
Yeah, you do see a human. You see a couple humans. Actually, you see all humans, except for you do see a creature that you've seen before on this island, which is a kraken.
A kraken, yeah. It's nothing new to me.
Hold
Yeah.
still, Omi. I'm going to hit it with my hammer.
It's not coming off.
Hey.
It's not coming off, Shen. Can you help?
I'm going to hit it with my hammer. Be still.
No, don't do that. Just pull it off.
I think it's part of you, dude. What happened to you?
He definitely sounds the same, that's for sure, Shen, but he looks totally different, as in, Omi. He looks totally different.
You got some egg on you, Omi.
It's not coming off. I'm serious. It's stuck.
You might need a bath.
Bath.
I suddenly look down at my hands and go, "What the? My hands turned into tentacles. What's going on here, guys?"
This is basically what Omi looks like now. Basically, you guys are a little intimidated because you guys would remember in the world that you guys are from, you would think that he looks like a mind flayer now.
The mind flayer.
Something has happened to Omi for sure.
I want to hit him with my hammer.
All right, give us an attack roll.
It's just barely tapping.
Go ahead and make an attack. Let's see what happens.
You're scaring me, Omis.
Yeah, just throw that attack on. So he misses. Oh, because Omi's got a parry of 6. Very nice.
Hey, don't do that, Shen. Just help me pull it off here. This isn't coming off. Wait, you got a mirror? Maybe got a mirror. Maybe I can pull it. Maybe I can see it better if I pull it off. If I can see it.
While they're doing that, I tend to my wounds.
Okay.
I'm gonna look down into the water and see my reflection, and say, "Oh no! What happened to my face? That is my face. What's going on, guys?"
You definitely don't look the same, that's for sure, Omi. So you guys have this little girl in front of you. What about you, Darganoth?
I'm frantically searching the beach. Before I look up, I'm like, can you guys stop playing around? I lost my dagger. Has anybody seen it? It's a really important dagger.
And like I said, you guys see the ship that you guys your new ship, the Spoon Slayer. It's probably a couple hundred yards upshore, and it's definitely capsized on the beach. But of course, being the seaman that you are, You're already thinking of ways to getting that ship back into the water there, Shen.
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start making my trek that way.
All right. Lily, you've wow, you actually got rid of 2 wounds. Very nice. 010, what about you?
Well, Darg is looking for his dagger, and Omi and Shen are playing around. I'm going to go up to this little girl and, hey, you okay?
Yeah, and you guys are.
Where's
you guys
your parents?
Oh yeah. And just real quickly, you guys, all of your stuff, there's just all kinds of stuff scattered all over the beach. So as you're going up to this little girl, asking her about her parents, everybody else is picking up. Darganoth is yelling, "Where's my dagger? My dagger of venom, where's that?" You've got Shen trying to attack this mind flayer on the beach that's calling himself Omi, and it sounds like Omi for sure. But he just doesn't look the same. Maybe something happened. I don't know. It's weird. But you come up to this little girl. So, little girl, he asks you, "Where's your parents?"
Where's your parents? Are we still in danger?
She holds the doll up to your face and kind of animates it as she talks. I don't have any parents. I think we're okay now. I only saw 2 raptors.
How long have you been here?
About a week.
A week.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting enough food? Do you have shelter?
No, I'm hungry.
You're hungry.
Yes, Lily's hungry too.
Is there anybody else with you?
Yeah, just a girl.
A girl?
Yeah, can't you see the girl?
Oh,
She
your
holds
dolly?
She holds up this old raggedy-looking doll. That's what her doll looks like.
What's her name?
The girl's name is Lily. I can't tell you my name.
Oh. Why not? Oh, I understand. You don't have to.
Because Lily
can I
told me
call
not
you?
to say.
What can I call you?
You don't have to call me anything.
Okay. Why don't you stick with us?
Okay, hold
I'm
on.
sure we can get you food, water.
She pulls the doll back to her face, and you can see that they're whispering to each other.
So at this point, I gave up on my search, and I'll
Cuckoo.
stomp down the beach all ticked off, and I'll see what her style of clothes looks like. And as I'm walking, hopefully nobody's paying attention. My armor will change so it looks like her clothing, similar to it, but what I assume would be a male fashion.
So she puts the doll back up to you and animates it as she talks. Wait, what was the question again?
Why don't you come with us? I'm sure we can find you food and water.
Lily says it's fine if we go with you, because we're hungry.
It's all about food.
Have you ever eaten raptor before?
That's one thing that you notice now that, your adrenaline is kind of calming down and stuff, 010, and you just basically save the day. You know that you could probably go ahead and skin these hides, and you could probably get quite a few days worth of provisions off of these raptors. You could probably get about 10 days of food off of each one.
I don't
go-
eat. I'm a doll, but Lily could eat the raptor.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to say. Something about Darg. Hey, Darg,
Dog.
come here.
What do you need?
Well, you were looking for your dagger. There's 2 raptors trying to take a bite out of this little girl.
They actually did bite her. She just healed herself up. As
Is
you
that-
guys
is-
were walking up to her, you could see that she was healing herself, basically.
Is that what that mass of blood and whatever is over there? Doesn't look much like a raptor to me.
Not anymore. I don't know what it was. My powers feel different.
It's already cooked.
It's
I'll,
been
I'll go up.
electrocuted.
if you will.
I'll go up and poke it with one of my daggers and get zapped with a little static shock. I'm like, "What'd you do to this thing?"
Yeah, your hairs are standing up on the back of your neck and on your arms when you poke at the bear in the cage, but it doesn't bite back, so it seems like it's dead. And you can definitely see that you guys are hungry. Your rations that you guys had are all soaked and waterlogged. Basically that's the only thing that you guys lost out on was your rations. So, well, you guys had rations on you. You guys still have the community bag of holding as well. So, but water got in. Gallons and gallons and gallons of water. You guys are like emptying a small lake with all of those rations that were ruined because water got into the bag of holding. So, however, you guys can cook some of this raptor up. You guys know that you guys can do that. It would be a common knowledge roll. So of course, you'll be able to get probably about 10 days worth of provisions from each of these raptors. And you also got your ship. You've also got your ship. It's been damaged as well, and looks like one of the masts is broken. You can, as it's kind of leaning on its side towards you, Shen, you notice that there's some holes in the deck of the ship as well. So yeah, it definitely needs some repairs. But the great thing is, you see a lot of trees around you, so your repair rolls will come in handy because you have all of the supplies that you're going to need. But of course, on the ship, in the cargo hold, you would have extra nails and tar and other pieces of iron to be able to fix the ship anyway. So, because I don't think any seaworthy vessel would go out into the deep sea without all of that stuff anyway.
Yeah, gotta have emergency repair stuff on board.
Yeah, you do. So what do you guys want to do? You have this little girl now that just come barreling out of the woods. I don't think she said anything about her parents, though, did she?
Well, Lily does one more thing. She puts the doll back up to you, Shen, and animates its head as it's talking. Lily says we should probably hide. The red men will be here soon.
Ooh.
Probably hide?
Yeah, because the red men, they came and they killed people.
Red men? Who are the red men?
They're the people who kill people.
And it seems like they're red men.
Or-
That's nothing new
And
for
they're
us.
and they're red.
well, it just
And
so
they're
happens we're the people that kill people that kill people, so this could work out.
Yeah.
Lily says that the red men is what killed her people and her ship. Lily was on the ship, and it crashed, and the red men came to attack, and they told Lily to go hide in the wood lines at the tree line and not to come back out tonight. And when it became nighttime, she came back, and no one was there. And she followed the footsteps into the woods, and she found the red men there, and the rest of the crew. And when she did, she saw that they threw people in this pond, and the pond got bloody. And then a monkey came out, and they gave it things. And then the monkey went back in, and then the water wasn't blood red anymore. And they'll probably come for us too.
Do you know can you get back to where your ship was crashed at?
She holds the doll and makes its little arm point to the west. That's where our ship was.
Basically the opposite way of where the new ship is that's on the shore, right?
What
Yeah,
time of
wherever the DM says it was.
Yeah, it would be the opposite way.
Okay.
It's way far from where we needed to be, obviously. We can't crash right next to the other one.
But it was
What,
it was a
what
crash
a
ship.
crappy roll that was.
But hey, it's like you're starting to survey the scene there, Shen, being the captain that you are, and you're noticing that your hired hands, Tyr and Cook and Willie and Wormy and Autumn, they're all gone.
Yeah, and so is Vay.
Vay's
She got
gone as
swept
well.
off on her broom.
Yeah, she got thrown off of her broom into the darkness of the storm. You don't even see the husk of a body of Vay anywhere.
Yep, we're huskless.
No body of Vay. So what do you guys think? Why don't you guys everybody give me a notice check. And if you don't have notice, it will be an unskilled check at -2. Very nice. So Omi, Shen, and Darganoth, you guys were all successful. And look at that, Darganoth. Your trait roll was a natural 1, but look at that. Your wild die saved you and exploded. So, yeah, all three of you. In fact, everybody there except for Lily, because she's so hungry.
I'm playing with my doll.
Yeah, I think the doll distracted you.
That's
You
it.
guys all see a bunch of tracks that are from the area where you guys are at. Where the beach has been disturbed, and it looks like there's like drag marks, and it looks like average size footprints as well. And it looks like they're dragging probably bodies off into the jungle.
Maybe those tracks will show us. Do you see those right there?
Yeah, as you
Yes.
guys are all, everybody was successful except for Lily, but of course Lily can see them too once you guys point that stuff out.
Oh no, that's what I was saying in character. Do you guys see these tracks?
Lily says that's the same footprints into the woods from her crash site, from her ship.
You
Yeah,
think
me-
that's where all your men might have ended up going? Maybe these red men got the rest of the crew. I don't know why they would have left us though.
Yeah, those drag marks are going in the same way you came out of the jungle, Lily. So you're thinking maybe that you guys possibly could have almost passed one another in, and in fact, I'll even go as far as to say this, that yeah, you were actually hiding because the red men were dragging people past you.
Okay, with that realization, then she runs and hides behind Shin.
Runs and hides behind Shen. Nice. So yeah, that's what you guys see. Drag marks going right off into the edge of the jungle.
Shen, I think if we're ever going to repair this boat, we're going to have to get your crew back, and I think these are going to lead us to your crew.
You've
Agreed.
got 5 crewmen missing, and on your vessel, which is a Crumster, you do need a pretty good crew to man that ship. It's that ship is pretty much the size of a ship between the sloop and the brigantine. So you've got lots of cargo space. You've got 3 masts. You've got 1 broken. You've got the ships on the beach, and they're all skilled in boating. So yeah, you're definitely going to need your crew if you want to get your ship back into the water. You're definitely going to need all hands on deck. No pun intended.
So I'll ask everybody. I'll be like, so the crew's missing. Everybody seems to be okay, with the exception of Omi, who now looks like a squid.
He does.
Still processing on that. And Lily, and we're missing Vay. So we definitely need our crew back so that we can get the ship working, or get the ship repaired, get back underway so we can continue after Marrakesh and Mr. Spoony, because we still got to stop the soulmonger. Darganeth, do you feel up to doing some scouting out up ahead to see what's in front of us?
I can try my best, but to be honest, I've never been great at tracking in the wilderness. This has been a great time to have Vay. Where's she at?
Last I
Nowhere to
seen
be
her, she
seen.
was on her broom to lower the sails during the hurricane that brought us here.
I'll do my best.
I've read a little bit about tracking in books, but this is such a disaster, guys. You know how many Spoon the World Tour posters I'm going to have to change now?
You're a squid. What do you know about tracking?
You would
Lily says
actually-
he's a kraken.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Vay, you actually know what he looks like. A kraken, for
Yeah.
sure.
Who's cracking? What's cracking?
Kraken?
What's cracking?
What's cracking?
Lily says
Kraken.
Lily says they don't like that word squid. They get really angry.
Is he having some Rice Krispies? He's snap, crackling, cracking?
Are you saying that I'm a kraken?
Lily says you're a kraken. And she holds the doll up to you.
So the doll is Lily. I love
The
it.
doll is talking. No,
Yeah.
the doll is talking.
So she's like mimicking, right? She's like mimicking.
The little girl is using the doll as a puppet, and it's talking through the doll. She's
So-
moving her mouth and everything.
Oh, okay, so you're not like trying to do like a puppeteer type of voice or anything like that. You're just speaking.
She doesn't do her voice or anything. She
gotcha.
doesn't talk to anyone. She lets the doll talk.
I like it. I gotcha.
Do you mean to say you've seen others who look like, well, this?
Well, sure. There's lots of kraken. Why, are you lost?
Yeah. Where are we anyway?
She pulls the doll back to her, and they speak to each other. Puts the doll back up and says, Lily doesn't know where we are.
So, you came from the direction these tracks went. Did you see anyone?
Just red men.
Did any of them happen to have a dagger by chance? It would have been very unique looking.
I think red men only have clubs.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? I'll be happy
They're not
to try
that
to
smart.
track these guys down.
You need some help there, Darganeth?
Yeah, the red men, they definitely use clubs and spears, that's for sure.
Lily says if you're going to find your crew, you better hurry because the red men will kill them.
Let's go.
She Lily explains the red men to kind of look like this. All right, so you want to go ahead and get out in front, Darganoth. And I'm sure, well, I know that Lily's hiding behind Shen. So, but you can distinctly see that, there are the tracks being dragged through the jungle. And as you guys get into the jungle, it's very dense foliage in there. You guys probably travel and you're able to follow these marks. Why don't you give me a I think it would be why don't you give me, do you have tracking, Darganoth?
No, that's the thing. I don't really have anything
I've-
for.
I've read a little bit about it in books, so I'm going to kind of be with Darganeth, so and kind of help him track so he can keep an eye out in case there's trouble.
Sure. Do you have tracking as well?
Close to you with them tentacles, Darganath.
No, but I have Jack of all trades.
Oh, that's right. So you don't suffer the -2 penalty. That's right. Very nice. So why don't you go ahead and do a D4 roll then, with no penalty?
We're cracking, lacking, and tracking, guys.
Yeah. Wow, very nice.
Whoops,
And
that should be a 7. I rolled the wrong one.
oh, Oh yeah, so yeah, it should be nice. So you're able, after a couple of miles, you're trekking through this thick foliage. It's very, very hot. It's very humid now. You're starting to, there's all kinds of flies and mosquitoes buzzing around you, so you're slapping these things off of you. You see all kinds of luscious fruit that are also in the jungle, so you can supplement your dead raptors that you've got back on the beach still. I would imagine you would kind of probably, I don't know, would you guys skin those ahead of time and kind of cut some of the flanks off and maybe hang them up to dry, or are you guys just going right into the brush?
Raptor jerky.
We spend about an hour skinning and everything, preparing them.
I think you guys would get back PowerPoints after an hour also, won't you? I think there's a
one per hour, yeah.
One.
yeah. So you
Unless
guys
you
will
have
get back
rapid
one more.
recharge.
Yeah, so go ahead and add one more PowerPoint back on. So you guys get that done. You get there's no encounters. You guys are able to find a nice spot, get a couple of poles built, get some crosses and lentils and stuff, and you guys are able to get those flanks, put them up. It's common anyway. And then you trek into the woods with Omi kind of leading the way, and Dargana starts to take a wrong turn, and then you kind of push him in the right direction. You're like, oh, no, wait a minute, just a second, Darg. You need to go this way. So you guys travel for about 2 miles, and you travel so far that you don't hear the water slamming onto the shore anymore. And then you can start to hear monkeys, and you can also hear different creatures like toucans and other parrots and stuff squawking throughout the jungle. And like I said, there's mosquitoes tearing you up. It's really hot. And you guys, about 2 miles, you come to another spot to where there's like a murky pool to where Lily has talked about. And there's like this altar that's on this little island that's in the middle of this murky pool. And as you guys are kind of surveying the area, you can see that there are quite a few of these red men that Lily has kind of identified to you guys. And you also see that, voila, there's your crewmen. There's Autumn, there's Willie, there's Worm, there's Tyr, there's Crispy Pete. And they're all basically on their knees in front of this pool. And there's this red man that's behind them that has like a sort of like a cloth tunic and is waving a staff around with a bunch of bones hanging off of it. So it looks sort of like maybe an elder or maybe a shaman or something like that. And then around the pool, you can also see that there's 8 other red men. So this is what Omi and Shen, this is what you guys have seen. Now this is basically just the gist of it. If you guys want to get any closer, you're going to have to start doing some stealth rolls versus notice rolls to see if, they notice you creeping up on their 6 or anything like that. But you guys traveled in, a couple miles, and what kind of drew you guys to this place anyway was this like tribal type of chanting that was coming from ahead. And then that's when Omi and Darg, you guys kind of broke off, and that's where you see this pool, this little island in the middle. You see all your crewmen over to the side, and they're all basically bound and gagged and on their knees on the shore of the little shoreline on this pond. And then there, there's like a stone foundation up on this little, mound that's in the middle of the pool.
So, can Shin see all this, or are they Omi and Darg up ahead of us?
Yeah, Omi and Darg are kind of scouting ahead, but they can go back and talk to you. So, I mean, that's for sure. They can go back.
Let's go back and report what we see.